Is Coby White becoming the point guard that the Chicago Bulls need? Let's talk about it, starting now. And if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page because we do talk Chicago sports weekly and we don't want you to miss a thing. So make sure that you hit that bell so that you can get notified whenever we go live, whenever we drop content, all that good stuff. Or just check back on the page every day because we always dropping content. Now, Bulls come away with a win last night versus the Miami Heat. Good win for the Bulls. And it's a win that they needed to get that momentum going again, get that playoff push going again, and coming down to the stretch is something that they're gonna need. And the one person I think that they're gonna need the most coming down this stretch, well, I guess two people. One, Zach LaVine, get well soon, come back. But we have to give credit when credit is due to our players when they play well. We can't say, oh, he's just going through a phase. We can't say, oh, he's just, no, we have to give credit when credit is due to our players when they play well. And we have to give credit to the young man, Coby White. And so my question to you, is he becoming the point guard that we think the Chicago Bulls might need? Has the game seemingly slowed down to him since he's been back inserted into the lineup? And I'll tell you why. I mean, looking at this kid's game right now, he's playing on fire these last few games. I mean, over his last 7, we're talking about 19 points a game, 6.1 assists. And here's the number that, now there's been a couple games where the turnovers were a little high, but here's the number that I really like, 2.3 turnovers per game. 2.3 turnovers per game. Coby doing all of this while shooting 46% from the field, 38% from 3, and still averaging over 90% from the free throw line. I love what we're seeing from this young kid right now. But I think there's two questions we need to look at when looking at Coby White to further see, is he going to be the Bulls point guard of the future? Is he going to be able to fit into that role? Because right now, I'm going to be real with you. When you're watching Coby White, we're seeing him not only know where to be, but know when to be there. And I think that that's very big. I think that that's showing that the game has somewhat slowed down for him. I think that it's spoken to his progression throughout the season, because in the beginning of the season, when he was playing the point guard position, the game absolutely looked too fast for him. The game absolutely looked like he was just he wasn't supposed. I mean, there were moments when he was on the court where it looked like he didn't know how to play basketball when he was playing the point guard position, which is why a lot of us said, hey, this guy's not a point, get him out of there. He's not going to transition into a true point guard. He's a scorer. Let this man score. I think that was pretty much the general consensus all throughout Chicago. And now has his scoring been more of the driving force behind a lot of his game? Absolutely. Absolutely, and I don't think that's going to change. But can Coby White become that kind of player who attacks the rim like we've seen him do recently? And he's attacking the rim so effectively. He's attacking the rim so strong. I mean, we forget Coby White is like 6'5". He's attacking the rim, using his length, using his height, using his agility, and forcing people to pay attention to him as he drives. And that's how he's getting a lot of these assists. And I feel like he's not only driving and seeing the lanes, he's seeing the players that are available now when he is driving into the lane, when he is attacking the paint. But the thing we have to ask ourselves is he going to be able to do this with Zach? Their games are, I mean, it's interesting when you see two players who, now Zach LaVine, I think a much more developed, much more polished style. But when you see two players whose games are seemingly pretty similar, are they going to be able to coexist together? I think that's going to be the big thing. Is Coby White going to be able to coexist with Zach LaVine both on the floor when Zach LaVine comes back? Is he going to be able to put up these kinds of numbers with Zach LaVine on the floor? That's yet to be seen. And I think that that's going to be a key part of Coby White's development, because right now we're seeing that Zach LaVine is absolutely a part of this team moving forward. He's a 25, 26-year-old star in this NBA. I think he's one of the top 5 shooting guards in the NBA. I think that he's going to be a problem for years to come. And so you absolutely know he's a part of your future. Can Coby White replicate this kind of production that we're seeing down this stretch? Or is this stretch kind of happening because Zach LaVine is off the floor and Coby White can be the focal point scoring? I think those are two things that you really have to look at when we're looking at Coby White moving down. Now, before I continue with the video, I want to know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that Coby White is becoming the point guard that the Chicago Bulls need and the Chicago Bulls thought they were getting when they took him 7th overall? I'll be down in the comments talking with you as well. If I were to personally answer the question, has Coby White become the point guard we're hoping for? Is Coby White becoming the point guard that the Chicago Bulls need? I'm still on the fence. He's definitely winning me back. I think not to say that I was out on Coby White. I think we always knew he was a scorer. I've always said that Coby White can score the ball. When you tell him to go out there and get a bucket, he's gonna get a bucket. That's what he does. He's a bucket getter. As far as a point guard, though, he seems to be understanding what it takes to be a point guard in this NBA. He seems to be understanding what it's going to take to set up his team to be successful, to go out there and set up other guys on his team to be successful. And I think that he's kind of learning, kind of like Zach did, that if I score, people are going to focus on me. That allows the game to open up for other people. We've seen Coby White, even in last night's game versus the Heat, Coby White hits a couple of buckets in a row, a couple strong buckets. Okay, Coby, we're watching you. We see you. Now they're focusing in, saying we cannot let this guy go off for 30. All of a sudden now we're seeing Coby White kind of take that backseat role. Let me dish it here. Let me make this move here. Let me attack, find my guys in stride. Let's get the ball movement going. Like, those are the things that you have to continue to do going forward that will win me back in on you as a point guard as a whole. Now, I will say, I do believe that Coby White has won back his starting job 110%. I don't think that the return of Zach LaVine changes that in the slightest. And I don't think that you can go into the rest of this season without Coby White on the court, especially if you make this play-in game. I think that everything that Coby's gone through this season has been necessary. I think that we're seeing that what Billy Donovan has done with him, putting him on the bench, shortening those minutes, shortening his minutes as much as possible, but not completely taking him out of the game. Those are the moments that you realize, okay, maybe I need to go a little bit harder and figure out what it's going to take for me to get my minutes back, because he's willing to not play me. And a lot of times, coming in as the number 7 overall pick, sometimes it takes that moment of like, oh snap, like I could lose my job right now, to get you to refocus, to focus in, to understand, to block out the noise, honestly, because that's what a lot of what the talk is that's happening. It's noise for him. I mean, we got P Kid on our show. I don't know if there's a personal beef. We don't know. He's been going after Coby White since day one of being on the show. That was his first vendetta. But it seems like Coby White has just refocused himself in. He's blocked out the noise. He's always had the scoring, but he's figured out how to use his scoring to affect other defenses. And so if he can continue this for the rest of this season and of course moving forward, but hopefully enough to get you into the play-in game, then yeah, I would say I'm probably gonna be back in on Coby White as the point guard of the Chicago Bulls, as the point guard. And it's the 6.1 assists for me. It's the 6.1 assists because it means you're finding your teammates. You're finding your teammates. And on a team with Zach LaVine and Vucci, you better be able to find your teammates. But as always, I want to know how you guys feel. Let me know in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. Do you think that Coby White has kind of turned back into the point guard that the Chicago Bulls need? I'll be down there talking with you in the comments as well. As always, it is your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again to continue watching our Chicago Bulls content. Click the links here or check the links in the description below. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Peace.